Whips or pedals says, I know there's a guy that donates horror stories, but they are never scary, so here's some real nightmare fuel.
These are not your average backyard nests. Here are 10 huge wasp nests.
What's with all the fucking insects,
Number
dude?
10. The Louisiana Nightmare Nest. If you're afraid of wasps, then this video will fuel your nightmares for months. This nest was found in the corner of a shed in Patterson, Louisiana. The nest had literally engulfed anything and everything in its way, including storage boxes and garbage.
Yo, I would still be fucking scared with
the
this
sheer
suit, oh,
size
by
of
the
nest
way.
wasn't enough. The video shows what happens when the wasps awaken and attack. The exterminator is swarmed by thousands of wasps. But secure in his safety gear, he gallantly sprays on until the wasps are successfully exterminated. Number 9. The nest that took over a car. Wasps can make nests in strange locations, and apparently cars are no exception. Even still, Jude Verrett was shocked when he was called in to exterminate a massive nest in someone's car. The car had been parked in the owner's yard, and a swarm of yellowjacket wasps decided to make the car their home. Verrett is a veteran when it comes to wasp removal, but this was one of the biggest nests he had ever seen. Surprisingly, Verrett wasn't stung as he rid the car of this massive nest. Number 8. Britain's pub wasp nest. Wasps were not on the menu at this British pub in Southampton, Hants, but maybe they should have been. This massive nest was found in the attic of the pub and contained a record-breaking 500,000 wasps. No one knows for sure how long the nest had been there, but given its size, it was clearly a long time. The nest was an unbelievable 6 feet high and 5 feet wide. In fact, the nest was so big that experts from Oxford University were called in to verify the size of it. They verified that the nest was, in fact, the biggest wasp nest found in Britain
the big
in the
ones.
past 50 years. Number 4. The towering Tasmania wasp nest. The wasp nest found in Rotorua, Tasmania, could be the largest underground wasp nest ever found. The nest was discovered by a 12-year-old boy when he was out for a walk on his property.
You might as well watch the
Jordan
most
Waddingham
impressive
wanted
ones.
to help out his mom. His mom had been complaining about an unusually large number of wasps on their property. So, Jordan went out to find the source, and find the source he did, when he found a nest weighing more than 200 pounds. The nest was likely more than 2 years old. It was built by European wasps, who are known for building large nests. However, the size of this nest superseded even the biggest of the big. In fact, the nest was confirmed as the largest underground nest ever found by European wasps. It took 2 full days to unearth the monstrosity, and 4 men to carry it away.
EU wasps greater than AU wasps, I guess.
Number 3. The North Carolina nest. When professional exterminator Eric McCool of McCool Wildlife Services was called in to get rid of a wasp nest, he found himself in the throes of the largest wasp nest he had ever seen. The nest, which was 10 feet long and 7 feet wide, also stood an enormous 2 feet tall. He estimated that there were 350,000 wasps swarming around the inside, but he kept calm as he extracted 37 queens by hand. The nest had been built in a fold-down camper in Moncks Corner, South Carolina. The nest was discovered by owner Robert McDougall when he went to move the camper with a forklift. Surprisingly, McCool opted not to use pesticides to get rid of the nest. He removed the wasps by way of bee vacuums and grabbing bags. He was stung 6 times in the process, but claims it's all par for the course with this type of business. Number 2. Florida's formidable yellowjacket wasp nest. Yellowjacket wasps are known for their lance-like stingers, and their sting packs a powerful punch, which is why coming across a nest of this size is terrifying. This massive nest was found in Tampa, Florida, and video footage of the gigantic nest went viral when it was posted on YouTube. The nest looks more like a small building than it does a wasp's nest, and as the camera approaches, you can see the wasps swarming around it. In this terrifying footage, wasps repeatedly slam into the camera, and the sound of the wasps as they buzz around their home is both loud and frightening. As the camera zooms in closer, it becomes apparent just how many wasps there are, and the speed at which they fly around their nest is astronomical. The exterminator, covered in protective gear, becomes inundated with wasps as he declares, "This is one of the bravest things I've ever done." From there, the video cuts to the day after the extermination, where the man declares that the nest is totally dead and pans to the mound of wasp carcasses on the ground. It is a highly disturbing video that showcases the ferocity, speed, and sheer volume of wasps in one of the biggest wasp nests ever found. Number 1. The Wasp City Nest of Rotorua. The largest wasp nest ever found, according to the Guinness Book of World Records, was found in 1963 in Wellmaucau, New Zealand. That nest was just over 12 feet long and 18 feet in circumference. The nest was so heavy that it eventually fell from the tree that was supporting it. And while that's officially the biggest nest in the world, a recent wasp nest found in Rotorua is a close second. The nest found in Rotorua weighed over 200 pounds. The nest was built by German wasps, and the nest is highly unusual. German wasp nests don't normally survive through the winter, but because this nest is so big, it can maintain its own heat inside the nest to survive through the cold spells. To make a nest this big, it likely took the wasps 2 to 3 years. The nest was so big that it was more or less its own independent city of sorts. So how many wasps lived in this city? Experts can only estimate,
2 million.
but they are confident that the nest was home to at least 1 million wasps. Needless to say, getting rid of a nest this size was an arduous undertaking. The first thing they did was dust it with insecticide to kill as many wasps as they could. From there, they injected insecticide into the entry points in the nest. The final steps were to slice off pieces one at a time and saturate those pieces with insecticide. It is a sight to behold, which is why the Wasp City Nest of Rotorua has swarmed its way into the top spot on this list of 10 huge wasp nests.
God damn, dude. Imagine seeing that shit in real life. Especially if you're allergic or something. You'd probably die of a heart attack. Nam the Weeps with 1 year. This is 1 year, but he's been here since 2017, by the way. Have you seen them?